is a president in this nation, but the time will come. The time will come. The time will come. And the reason why that time will come is because of the sense of justice of the Luo community. The great asset that we have is not money, is not the land we own, it is our sense of justice. And on that one, I can tell you tomorrow, yesterday, and in the future, that the have never been mediocre. They stand up. Just one of the most brilliant politicians who left a record, but because of his sense of justice. Tom Mboya had a sense of justice. Arjun Kozek had a sense of justice. And I can tell you, because of Raila's sense of justice, that is why he has won elections. Me, I believe that Raila was and is president because many times he was robbed of election, and that should never happen. So I want to plead with you. Sometimes we can get a sense of excitement and euphoria. Sometimes you can get a sense of excitement and euphoria. At least or Okikiamayo. And when you heard them talk, it was like the president was king. We must always remember that we stand by our constitution. That is the basic document that must guide us. And that constitution is what now allows us to express our identity in language, culture, and when we are all gone, it is our culture and identity that will determine who we were. The pharaohs, the Egyptians, their history lives today because they left a culture which we can still access. Now, for Pinluo, our history is rich. And I ask you, when you are here, take 2-3 hours in Gotramogi. Then you begin to know who you are. You cannot leave Kenya and go to America and visit Arlington Cemetery to see where Kennedy is buried. And you're a Luo and you don't know where Ramogi is buried just next door. You have to do that. You cannot be a Luo if you don't know how other Luos, how they live, their history. And I'm so happy with the delegation, all the delegations that have come. We have got kings, we got governors. In Uganda, we have prime ministers. They are all here with you. And in DRC, there used to be a little girl called Akumu, Nana Akumu. A lot of people didn't know that he was a Congolese Luo. And Dr. Buru, they tell me that they're not just 4 million, they're about 8 million. So, Kenya, we are here as a Luo nation, not to preach discrimination or exclusivity. We are not going to be people of the lake in exclusion of other Kenyans, like other people preach about mountains. We believe in unity and diversity, as Adam Solo said. That is what is going to make us great. This is what makes Raila Amolo Odinga standing for justice, standing for the truth, standing for the common people, having pro-people policies. That is what is going to make a difference. Omio, Angimano, Emmanuel Wacho, Mora Hinyagi Jimobiro, Miguena, Koa Kakinyuparu Biwichilum, Kawuano, Wadigo Tramogi, Gikopondo, Kendo Oruye, Noabed Ramogi, Kendo Noabed Siaya, Kababa. And in conclusion, Raila Odinga, I want to appreciate for you making it possible. It has never happened, never, that through your leadership and vision, we got all these people from the Luo nation from across Africa. That is one. Secondly, you have made it possible for two heads of state, sitting heads of state, to come to join with you to celebrate an event in Siaya. It has never happened. It has never happened. It has never happened. But next year we'll come to you, now that you'll be the head of Africa, to bring us 6, 7, 8 presidents to Migori, or to Homa Bay, or to Kisumu. Awacho kutoka wacho. Awacho kutoka wacho. Joey! 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 Bola Piach! Bola Piach! Bola Piach! Bola Piach! Korea Naura Luang, Right Honorable Raila Odinga. Right Honorable Raila Odinga.
Kabayuma kangato, kabayuma kangato. Kabayuma kangato, kabayuma kangato. Kaverno kangato, kaverno kangato. Kabayuma kangato, kabayuma kangato. Kwambo. Kaverno kangato nyongo. Kabayuma kangato wanga. Kabayuma kangato ida. Kabayuma kangato kangato buru. Kabayuma kangato apia. Kangato dungi. Kabayuma kangato guambo. Aguambo doraka. Babara. Ila tiraka nangatela. Baba doraka. Ajini orengo tiraka nangatela. Ajini doraka. Mama wanga tiraka nangatela. Bielina ngekendo norwaka. Aya norwaka. Dugna ngekendo. Siaya wiye. Kisumu wiye. Migori wiye. Kisi wiye. Yokenya wiye. Nango baba tosha walu wiye kodecho. Nango baba tosha walu wiye kodecho. Nango Siaya wiye. Migori wiye. Homa Bay wiye. Migori wiye. Kisumu wiye. Siaya wiye. Nairobi wiye. Nango baba tosha walu wiye kodecho.
Asante sana. Asante. Juthurwa. Umor. Joka yana umor. Yana muil. Yana muchek. Yana jamu chek kutingna bari. Era urukamano. Niweno mobiro. Our guests who have come from Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, DRC, South Sudan, Ethiopia, and the diaspora in the US and in Europe and Australia. Saururu, Hamjambo. I want to welcome all the visitors who have come to join us today for this wonderful occasion. It is a great occasion for the Luo nation here. There are only, I think, 2 other communities who have some similar celebrations. The Teso here have an annual event where they bring their Emormor. Emormor is the king of the Teso, but he lives in Uganda. But he comes here annually and they have a reunion here. They also have such similar event in Uganda. Then the Turkana have what they call the Tobonglore. Tobonglore is a big festival. They bring people of Turkana from different parts. The Toposa in the South Sudan, the Karamoja in Uganda, and the other group which are in Ethiopia. They come and every year they have such a festival in Lodwar. Now this is not a political event. It is basically a cultural event that brings people together who share the same culture to be able to unite, because culture itself is a source of civilization. That's why the Swahili say, Mwachamila ni mtumwa. That if you forget your culture, you become basically a slave. So I've got some remarks I want to make in English. Then I will speak in the Luo and also in Swahili. We gather here at a time in which the world is increasingly interconnected through globalization, while at the same time we are witnessing the resurgence of nationalist aspirations. This resurgence of nationalist aspirations is being complemented by the emergence of multinationalism, which is nurtured by resilient communities. These multinational inspirations do not seek to undermine the national project in their host countries, but rather to harness the linguistic, cultural, and social fabric upon which most nation states were built. In Africa, we are more of state nations as opposed to nation states, given that the state in Africa, thanks to the Berlin Conference, saw states being engineered from above through artificially created boundaries. Of these colonial boundaries were the fragmentation of cohesive lingual and cultural communities, which were dismembered, separated, and distributed among different states to satisfy colonial ambitions for socio-economic control and exploitation. Despite these divisions, pre-colonial African nations have demonstrated a remarkable resilience, continuing to thrive across nationalities imposed upon them by colonial powers. It is within this context that the Luos from across Africa and the diaspora have gathered here in Siaya at the foot of Gotramugi to the revered shrine of the Kenyan Luo, reflect on the state of the Luo nation in the spirit of unity and diversity. Luo delegations, led by their respective cares, as cultural leaders, have converged from Uganda, Tanzania, Ethiopia, South Sudan, Democratic Republic of Congo, and other nations. They are also joined by non-Luo participants who have come to celebrate alongside Luos, embracing unity and shared heritage that transcends the national borders. To say that multinationalism has come of age is therefore an understatement. This cultural festival embraces a multifaceted theme, fostering unity in diversity, not only among Luos across national borders, but also among diverse national groups unified by their shared African identity. Over these 3 days, we will celebrate our traditional cuisines, rediscover and adapt our traditional cultures to modernity, engage in traditional games, and enjoy art, music, and festivities cherished by our forefathers. We will deliberate on the state of the Luo nation and chart a way forward in a rapidly changing world. As our forefathers proclaimed, this gathering is guided by the enduring spirit of the Luo nation, captured in our rallying call, 1-1-1. Repeat, 1-1. Talking. 1. Gin. 1. Gin. Hello. Kawuno wani gilungu ni galamuru. Lungunango. Lungunango. Lukendo. 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 Erukamano. Koro ekawgini. Hello. Hello. Koro one car. One miguena. One kanye. Tunitike milungu ni wichilu. Milungu nango. Tilungu ni gotramo. Milungu nango. Tilungu ni siya kababa. Milungu nango. Gibondo. Gibondo. Kawuno wan miguena ka. Oburu se wachunu. This used to be a place where people used to compete on an annual basis from time immemorial. I'm going to tell you so that our friends from Uganda will understand how the Luos of Kenya came about here. But here was a place where people used to compete. Now you have a division here called Bondo Division. It used to consist of Uyoma, Asembo, Yimbo, and Sakwa. Where we are here is Sakwa. And people used to compete here. There used to be tug of war. There used to be wrestling. Amen. And then they used to play soccer. Girls used to play netball. They used to run. Apudinjiri. 100 yards, 220, 440, 1 mile, 5 miles, and 10 miles. But here now, people used to come, the teams would come from those 4 locations to run. Now, in one of those occasions, a girl came. She was not from this division. She came from what would be known as Boro Division in Alego and Ugenya, those sides. She came to visit her auntie, who was married here, somewhere around Bondo. And then there's him. And then the relative said that she was also an athlete. She used to compete in that other division. So she was allowed to compete with girls here. in the sprints as a guest runner. And when they went 100 meters, she beat all those girls. Everybody was surprised. Then went 220. Then she beat him so far away that she caught the attention of one Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. Tonya kama jaber manyo bunyiricha. En kanye. You don't worry it. So they would she's not from here. You know, I'm not cool. You build him. Her auntie was married. Then Jaramogi said, I want to see her. Then he was told that girl is so proud. She had rejected so many men that we don't think he will succeed. Then we approached and tried. Eventually, he was giving up. But he had his cousins who were experts in seducing girls. So he was told that, eventually this one has accepted and cows were being sent. That's when he now realized that something was serious. So that story is in Noti to Uhuru, written by Jaramogi himself. That is how RAILA Odinga came about. Mama Mary Emma Odhiambo Odinga. This is Jaramogi met her here at Miguena. That's where Orango challenge you manka. You manka. You te awunti. Tonyiri beunti. Ibigina unti. Unge kimamacho. Kadwa dipoloka. As you have seen, you have people from diaspora. They are the Acholi here, the Fadola, the Alur, the Jonam, the Jurchol, the Shiluk, Anyuak, the Kayogam Gambela. Now the Luos here in Kenya are a hybrid lot. The Luos here in Kenya are a hybrid. The first group that came here and landed at Ramogi 800 years ago are called the Joke people. The Joke. The Joke people came from Acholi. There they're called the Pajok. They live in the border between Uganda and South Sudan, a place called Nimule. Some of them are in South Sudan, some of them in Uganda. The Pajok. That's the group that came together and were led by one Ramogi, and they came and settled in that hill where we are going to go, called Ramogi. That's the first settlement of the Luo in Kenya, over 800 years ago. They went up there, and tomorrow visitors will be able to see the shrine. There's a place where they settled, their home, Dala. There's a house there, Ot. Then several houses of them, of wives there, are there. They have recreated them. There's also Duol of Ramogi. And then there is a Cool, where they were keeping cattle. Then there's also Rapogi. Rapogi is a big rock where they used to sharpen their spears and arrows when they were going to war. Then there is also Pung, a grinding stone that they used to grind millet and other grains. And there is also Loch. This Loch was where they were hitching cows. It was put on the ground, but it grew up and became a big tree. It is there up to today. There's also Soko, where they used to get water, fresh water. It's there, that's Soko up today. The Virgin Maria people go to baptize people there up to now. So all that is there is a big history of the Luo people. That's why we said we are making Ramogi Hill a shrine of the Luo. There's now a heart which is called Siaya. And the heart which is called Kisumo. And the heart is called Homa Bay. Another one is called Migori. Symbolic to the clans here, there. Now the Jok people, today in present day Luo, Jok, are, you need to know that when the population grew up, hey, hello, when the population grew, they started migrating. And they migrated, and this place here, Migwena, became the dispersal point. But out of the Gosamogi was Alego. Alego Mawuramogi. The one who moved from Gosamogi first and crossed the River Yala into present day Alego. Now, today, in the present day Alego, the descendants of Alego himself are three clans. The Jokanyinek, Seje, Alego Maduong, and Dengi. Those are the descendants of Alego. The rest are actually settlers. But it took 250 years before the second group of migrants came. 250 years. When the second lot came, this one came from the Padola. The Padola, the Owin brother Padola, came with these people through the normal migration corridor, Samia, Bugwe, into Bunyala. And then after a while, they crossed the Ivanzoya. They came and found the Alego people there. Already Seje, the son of Alego, the eldest son, was crowned as the chief. Seje was the king of the Alego clans there. But when they came, they said, we cannot be ruled by another king because Owin had already been made a king in Manyala. So they deposed Seje, and Owin took over. And Owin now became the king and began to torture the Alego people, Lord Jokowin. The Owin clan today in Alego are the Kogelo, the Kaluo, the Karuoth, the Moor, there's other people around here, Karapult. Then in Imbo, you have them, Jo Kadimo, Jokowil, Gunyajra. And they are the ones who are also there in a symbol called Kanyigoro. And this also the Waundu in Sadoka. The Jok people are Asunda Lego, the others are Oyua Nyakach, others are Owidi and Rombo Kisumo, Mikal Seme, Rachuonyo, and Chuanya, Karungu Kadim, and Kaboch and Kanyamua in South Nyanza. Those are the Jok people. The third wave of migrants came from the Aluru, who are from the West Nile and Eastern DRC. They are called the Jokomolo. There they are called the Paimol. Here they are called Jokomolo. They came 100 years later and came to follow the same migration corridor. And then when they came over Zoya, they found when Owin was ruling those Alego people very ruthlessly. They teamed up with the Lego people and with the post of Wing, and Serge became the leader again. The Molo people. Their first settlement is a Lego place called Boro. This Molo group here, you find them in Ugenya, majority Kager, Jokapuny, Jokateg, Boro, and so on. And in game, we call them Jokojudi and Kwenda. On the other side, they're called Joka Kochia, Joka Nyada, and Joka Gan. Who are Joka Khan in Alego this side? That is the Molo group. Okay? The fourth group, all this group also went to Gotramogi first. The fourth group and the last group are called the Wanga. Wanga came from the Padola also. And then they moved Wanga. If you go to Bunyala there's a hill called Wanga Hill, called Wanga. And from there, they moved and passed through Alego and went all the way to a place called Triki. They settled there for a while. There was Nyadundo, Wanga, and Owila. Nyadundo remained there. The people we call the Triki, if you ask them, their ancestors called Nyadundo. Wanga moved to Matungu, where he subdued the people he found there and became the king, Nabongo. The first and the Wanga. And then they were there with Owila. Owila, when you told him something funny, he would laugh at you and say, Joyuma kabisa. Joyuma inya. That is where the word Oyoma came from. Then Wanga had a wife called Sakwa. And with that Sakwa gave birth to a son called Matar. Now, Wila people moved when there was pressure on land, population had grown, the Wila people moved back to Lowland and settled in Alego. Their settlement there is called Oyoma up to today, near a place called Kobare. That is their settlement. Then Matar people came and followed them and found them there. They settled there. There another person called Lee had come on his own from Asoriland. I joined them there. There in a Choland they called the Palais. The Palais. Came and joined. Lay had a girl who was grown up, Amolo Nyale, whom Wila married. And that is the origin of the Oyoma people, Jokamolo, Jokatwenga, Jokabudha, Jokobong. And that's why for a long time they did not used to marry with a simple Kale. Jokabondo, Jokakia, Jokonyango, Jokoching, and so on. So that now gives you the meaning of the Luo, the diaspora, I mean the mixture. The last ones are the Suba. The Suba came from Buganda, the regional settlers. They are called Abakunta, who came there, killed a king there called Kabaka Junju. And now the Kabaka Askaris were chasing them. They ran to the lake, they went first to Bosoga, then eventually they ended up in Fangano Island. Then they came ashore. They were mostly men looking for girls. The Lewis told them, if you want to marry our girls, you must remove 6 lower teeth first. Wakasema ati kama ni kutoa meno 6 peke yake napata bibi, toa mara moja. Wakatoa meno 6 wakapata wasichana. So but you see, these people who came from Buganda royal family, and you need to know that Buganda royal family was originally of Luo origin. The Kabakas were actually Luos. I'm saying this, Ugandans will confirm, even Museveni will confirm to you when he comes. This story I'm telling you. So although they were speaking Bantu, but for a long time in Kibaka's court, they were Luo speaking. But then because they were living with so many Bantus, they lost their tongue. And they need there. Therefore, I'm saying that although they were coming here, they were not real strangers. The Suba group. And the Subas, of course, some came from Tanzania, some came from Ukerewe Islands, and so on and so forth. So all that I'm trying to say in a short is that the Luo group here is a hybrid, a mixture of the Acholi, the Padola, the Aluru, and the Baganda, which are here. This is Tanganyika, in short. But what I'm trying to emphasize here is that the Luo unity is why they have managed to survive and live up to today. Most of these places where they now settled were occupied by other people. And they pushed these people, and then they occupied the land around here, but very peacefully. This is very important. Now there are cultures of our people which are important for children to know and understand. This is what creates a nation. So he's saying that in this country we've got communities with different cultures. We say that diversity is our richness, unity in diversity. So in celebrating this thing here, does not mean that we now want to discriminate against the Luhias. We have lived with the Luhias for a long time peacefully. They have, for example, the Maragoli cultural festival every year, which is fine. The Kisi, the Kuria, the Nandi, the Kipsigis and so on, we live together peacefully. So what we're trying to do here is not exclusive. We're not trying to discriminate against any other community. We just want our people to understand our culture, and it's important. And also to participate also in business and also in other activities that make life bearable for communities. So I'm very happy today that we are here at Pilu. Pilu is here today. Pilu is here, and we have got Kir Odugiranda, Udarangi. Chubunu Jogonini King. Consists of communities with diverse backgrounds. You have a movement in Africa for generations. They are here, we call the group that are called the Negroid race. You have the Bantus, you have the Nilotes, you have the Kushites, you have the Hamites, you have the Hottentots, and the Pygmies. But they have migrated and integrated. And here, they blended. The original Luos who came were tall black people. If you look at the colonial literature, the Nilotics, tall, pitch black, slender. Bantu, short, stout, brown, and thick lips and round noses. Now, you can see the intermarriage has brought the Luos a little bit down and brought the Luhias, for example, higher up. So we are now a hybrid, and we're a hybrid. And this is the richness of our culture and our people. So we are here, and we are happy to be here. And so this is a very great occasion today, as we celebrate Pilu today. Pilu today, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, Gin, Tuan Kanye, Galamuru, 1 kanye, wan kanye, wan kanye, ithuro mor, ithuro il, erokamano koro wachunu ka, kiny ji dhi timo amend, kiny timre e dho nam, to gi yedhi kiny piem. Ka irit sport pro timre ka, kaka ne timre chon, ibiro yweyo koda unuka. To ruecha, kawuono an godhiambo, ji biro dhi cho just kuma ngidhi yawe higa. Kuche mang dhi yawe higa. Mang dhi miere nyaka che. Umorgo. To chieng' tarik 2 to Gautamogi kae to Siaya Kababa. Nitie stadium maduong' ma Siaya ma gavana ogero, gavana Karasanga nochako gero to ne gotieko. Oloso maber kabisa. Ko stadium no idhi yawo, idhi chako ni Jaramogi stadium. Kanyo team ma Uganda, ma champion ma Uganda, digo so gigor kogalo. To motelo, to wajumbe wagi, digo mpira gi piny luo combine. Kateresa. Koselogi, to ebe koreka. Tiene protest. Agora koselogi. Koreka kurwadi manlich ma Gor Mahia Kogalo team moloyo timiyo kikombe luongo ni Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Cup. Oyie go Ithuro mor koro mi wawacho ni piny luo festival 2024 in Siaya is officially launched. nationwide and internationally, Kir Odungiranda, protocol observed. Ladies, my name is Jota Majikiondu. I am a Luo, the 7th generation of Tolu Kodera, Jabil, Manogolo Kisumo, Uyoma, Mukelo, Pinyo Guemongela, Kisumu Kacha. And the 12th grandchild, Marwango Dibo, Mawudra Mogi, Manonyo Loanga, Muadgi Matar. Allah monya sachira mogi nikech an rembra mogi hajura ura chola nyakwaro wango dibo sigana chanda jakawere luo yoro duto pinyo luo yoro pacho e parra moga jwang enindo lal na jakawere jumoramo amono yoro ge pinyo Kisumo dala usiadala Joey, Oringa Jimmy, Joey. Wakulowi wawaduto kendo walamo Nyasaye Ramogi. Kendi kel chunyi machiegni nikech mag culture onyalo lal kodiono kapo ni chunyi baya. Wakulowiwa Nyasaye Ramogi juang. Chieng' mowuok to poro imbo odiochieng' kodiochieng' higni gana mochopo e got Ramogi. Wantie kawuono in sulwe ratego moneno nyaka okinyi to in e tong wang' chieng' mang'ang'ni marieny ogendni mag piny duto. Yaye Nyiseche kendo jananga ruodhi neni gwedho korwa Ramogi gi joge mong'ado thimbe aore kod nembe migowo kodgi e dho nam. Waremo chudo kata sadaka kuom gweth misemiyo oganda mar Luo, chugi madongo mag Luo, Ramogi Ajuang Nyaluo, Chok, Wango Dibo, Molo, Omiera Mul, Nyand Guogi, Konya, to gi mamoko. Wang Luo mondo gendni machayowa uduok wang' gi tielo. Magenda mane Ker Jaramogi omoko pod liel mi Ker Odungiranda teko mar riwo Luo to moloyo nyasi maratipo miyawo kawuono Migwena miyamono Uganda teko mar riwo Luo ma Kenya ma Afrika to gi telo mar Afrika modware kom kuone bwanga nyachwa. Wanaduogi chieng' machielo kwadhi got Ramogi waduok ni erokamano bang' yudo loch. Sigandi lacho yombo tung' piny nyaka laga kendo tut mokalo nam omiyo walo misango piny kawuono amolo ni ka mar chiero juok Ramogi mondo ikone Luo duto bwanga. Walamo gi geno kendo wayie ni wechegi ochopi e polo malo piach, ochopi e polo malo piach. Walamuru e nying Ruoth Nyasaye manyalo gik moko duto, wuon piny kod polo.
wachung e nyimi ka kawuono ka wakwai ni igwedh nyasi ma kawuono ka wachake nyaka chieng' moro watieke. Kitimonwa kamano, wanagoni erokamano e nyingi in wuon e miduong'. Amen.
Kawabet kamano, waket chunywa wadwa lamo. Dr. Abuka monego bed lemo ka, to okonan mondo alem. Nyinge ka to en Archbishop Dr. Julius Otieno. Walamo. Ruodhwa kendo Nyasachwa, in Nyasaye mantie kendo in Nyasaye mangima. Kawuono wabire pap mar Migwena ka. Kaeri mane joluo robe kendo ka gitugo tuke mopogore. Nyasaye kwayi mondo ichak kodwa, bitie kodwa. Bende waketo jotend duto e lweti kotel ne His Excellency Raila Odinga. Jehova wacho ni kumoro amora mwadwaro to mondo wakuong waketi e lweti. Bendi wuoyo kodwa ni lweny koro ok en marwa. Ibro kedonwa to aling'a. Emomiyo waketo jaduong' Honorable Raila Odinga e lweti. Jehova wacho ni kirie badi kama to onge ng'ama bro dolo. Emomiyo nyaka desaya mare mar tarik 5 mar bedo jatend Afrika waketi e lweti Nyasaye. Bed joma kedo kod machal nade. Wanyonogi e lo e nying Ruoth Yesu Kristo. Kendo gionge kaachiel nyaka gi teko. Jaduong' kitimono kamano to wanaduogi pawni kendo nwagoni erokamano ka jaduong' koro orwako lep loch mar Afrika mangima. Ayie ni setimo kendo isewinjowa. Pod ne kiletwa down e gik moko duto mwasekwayi. Alemo e nying Wuod Yesu Kristo Ruodhwa. Amen.
Ero kamano jotich Nyasaye, dak wapamne jotich Nyasaye. Ani pamne jatich Nyasaye maber yawa. Ing'eni ni nyalo bedo gi fulisa, Yesu to onge fulisa. Omiyo pamne jatich Nyasaye kendo. Ero kamano. Your Excellency, the incoming African Union Commission Chair, Engineer Dr. Raila Amolo Odinga, Your Excellency, the Governor of Siaya County, Honorable Senior Counsel James Ake Orengo, Your Excellency, the Governor of Kisumu County, Honorable Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o, Your Excellency, the Governor of Homa Bay County, Honorable Gladys Nyasuna Wanga, Your Excellency, the Governor of Migori County, Honorable Dr. Ochilo Bogoayako, the Minister of Defense, the Republic of Uganda, Honorable Jacob Okoth, Cabinet Secretary for Energy and Petroleum Affairs, Honorable James Opio Wandai, the Roots Party leader, Honorable Luchiri Wajakoya, the Senator, Siaya County, Honorable Dr. Oburu Oginga, all senators present, all members of the National Assembly represented, here the Speaker of Sia County Assembly, Honorable Okode, speakers of various county assemblies represented here, and all members of county assemblies represented here, Luo Council of Elders, Kir, Odungi Randa, and all esteemed delegations as follows. The esteemed delegation of the Luo Nation from the Republic of Uganda, the esteemed delegation of the Luo Nation from the Democratic Republic of Congo, the esteemed delegation of the Luo Nation from Ethiopia, the esteemed delegation of the Luo Nation from the United Republic of Tanzania, the esteemed delegation of the Luo Nation from the Republic of South Sudan, all delegations representing various cadres and levels of the structure of the Luo cultural leadership, distinguished guests, members of the academia, diplomatic corps, clergy, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, Engineer Dr. RAILA Odinga, sir. Allow me to seek your indulgence as I invite my co-MC, Prof, to come forward. Thank you. Very well, he will come forward to do the second bit of the salutations, but allow me now to invite a man who has displayed this in steering that has put together the Ping Luo Festival happening right now in the county, the Deputy Governor of Kisumu County, Dr. Matthews Owini. Welcome, sir, and guide us. Dakwapamne Dr. Owini. Wakiko Kizungu Gidholuo, Nikech Jofwambo Gikeyo Manka, Mako Weche Mankae, Epinje Mopogre Opogre, Okwayani, Kwawacho Dholuo to Bende, Wakike Matin, Mondo Jomachal Kasa Nomar Manka, Bendo Winje, Erokamano and Karibu. Christian, use this as you fix the gooseneck.
Thank you, Maurice. Your Excellency, the Honorable RAILA Odinga, who is patron of the Luo Nation. Allow me to ride on the protocol set earlier by Maurice and to say the following. I greet all of you in the spirit of Ramogi Ajuan. My assignment in this momentous gathering is particularly very clear: to set the pace and keep the program rolling. Allow me therefore, Your Excellency, to utilize this early opportunity foremost to convey my gratitude to the Almighty God, we call him Obongo Nyakalaga, for keeping all of us safe and sound until the final day of the year 2024, just before the Jubilee year 2025. Secondly, I must sincerely thank you, good people from all corners of Piniluo, for showing up in large numbers, and the next 2 days very memorable. The event secretariat over the last few months and weeks, Your Excellency, to put this together, I have experienced nothing short of the zeal of Onagi from all walks of life, and today for a common purpose. Baba, our patron, I want to thank you before the world today for trusting me to deliver this very crucial history for our people. Similarly, I must appreciate two magnanimous sons of the Luo Nation. Firstly, the governor of the county of Siaya, His Excellency James Bob Agre Orengo, for his mentorship and guidance with rich wisdom in the process of creating this event. And most sincere gratitude also to my immediate boss, the governor of the county of Kisumu, Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o, for the latitude that he gave me to temporarily absent, literally, for 7 days to work on this matter. Good people from Piniluo, from time immemorial, our ancient since the days of Sin Akuru Kuklubanga, we have been nothing but resilient, emphatic, exclusively kind, and honest to the core. In the global village of history of the United Nations office in Nairobi is the traceable industrious form of the Luo nation. In the struggles of the free world everywhere in Kenya, East Africa and the rest of the world, the voice of the Luo has always been consistent and dependable. Recent transformation of the world, the United States of America has benefited grossly from the magnanimity, diligence, and the eloquence of the Luo people. The Obamacare in the US remains as a pinnacle and is a default setting for the Luo nation. Caring, sensitive, effective, impactful, and being historical. And so together here today, tomorrow, in the future, we seek not just to celebrate the rich history and culture of the Luo, but like the United Jews, we desire to know that this unite across the world to rescue the global effects of economic shocks, contribute significantly to research in health across all fields, and to address the devastating effects of climate change and impact significantly every phase of humanity. This gathering, therefore, is a significant step towards establishing one indivisible fabric of the Luo nation across the world. May Obongo Nyakalaga, who has graciously gathered us here from Tunge Pinje, and ordain our intention and lead us into a prosperous future. Once again, on behalf of the committee with whom we worked, and they were from all the counties of Luo Nyanza, from Homa Bay, from Siaya, Migori, and Kisumu. Of course, the members of the county assembly, through your representation, and so now I would like to invite up front Professor Adam Solo to set the theme of the fourth Piniluo. Karibu, Professor.
Thank you very much, Bwana DJ Moluor Raila Molo Odinga, the host governor, James Orengo, the steering committee, made of the governors of Kisumu, Homa Bay, and Migori, the cabinet secretaries present, the members present, delegations of Luo, from Piny Luo, from Anyua, can you write up? From Shiluk, that's Anyua, from Shiluk, from Padola, is Alur there? From Kumam, from DRC Congo, from North Sibora, and we shall keep on introducing you at each stage as we recognize the leadership, but we just wanted to demonstrate that the Piniluo of this year okay, thank you very much. So before I proceed, to give you the theme of this year's Piny Luo. On behalf of Moluo Raila Odinga, may I take this opportunity to invite the care of the Luo of Kenya, Odungi Randa, Odungi Wadarange, the 9th care of the Luo. Care los Guillo Luo.
Wendo modhialo dichieng' ma kawuono, the right Raila Odinga, gavana duto, James Orengo, Gladys Wanga, Anyang' Nyong'o, Ochila Yako, jodong Luo duto gi welo duto mochopo amoso udo jokanyana mokwe uru. Jokaluo oganda Luo Yeso pake. Aduogo duero kamano mar moso agoero kamano ni wendwa duto mochopo mowuok e piny Sudan, mowuok e piny Congo, mowuok e piny Sudan. Odiochieng' ma kawuono wenda aduogo duero kamano mar chopo e Migwena ka. Migwena ka nigi histori maduong'. Aduogo duero kamano duto nyithind joka Yesu. Yesu pake. Hallelujah. Ero kamano duto.
Mano is the 9th of the Luo of Kenya. Let me also recognize another Luo from across the border, the Minister for Defense of Uganda, who is a Japadola, Waziri Jacob Oboth. Waziri, I want protocol to get you a seat somewhere in the front. These years, Piny Luo runs on the theme of the Luo nation. Juok Luo, Juogi mar Luo, Juogi Ochiero Luo. The sub-theme and Luo unity in diversity and in the diaspora. When you go to South Sudan, there will be a Shilluk Cholo who is a Luo. And when you come to Ethiopia, there will be a Shilluk Cholo who is a Luo. If you go to Uganda, there is an Achol. And if you go to South Sudan, there is an Achol. If you come to Kenya, there is a Luo. And if you go to Tanzania, North Mara Sibora, there is a Luo. If you go to Uganda, there will be the Kumam, there will be the Alur, there will be the Lango. If you go to Ethiopia, there is the Nyua. Piny Luo straddles the borders, and therefore the ancestors are saying that the work that was started In 1953, as you should be told late, by Jaramogi Odinga, Luo Union East Africa. Today, we have another Luo, bigger Luo Union. Before I go into the program and lay it out for you, you might want to know that why is it that this time the Prime Minister and the organizing committee settled on a Piny Luo that extends to the whole of Africa. And it is said, the sages said, that the arrival of the representative Luo clans in present-day Lakeside Nyanza in the early 17th century marked the end of the Luo migration. A feat that was foretold and commissioned by our ancestors. Uneno ka program en Piny Luo to an gi mama ma ema notheno Amolo Wuod Oganda kachandre ni pinyni mane wachake ni min piny koro min piny romo ma Piny Luo. Karibu min piny. Karibu min piny. As min piny greets the dignitaries, she's still greeting the dignitaries, being the min piny, being the mother of Luoland. Karibu sana min piny. Budh orwaki. Buth Luo orwaki min piny. Having found and confirmed that the big lake, aside mountains and hills, as the Luo say, Nam Madit, Matie Iwigode, that was the commission final destination that was foretold by our ancestors, that it is at the source of the Nile that the Luo will settle. And they have settled to date. It is said that the Luo seers had divined at the time that the next series of cyclical Nile floods would be the worst, and that the only way was for the Luo to survive floods and follow the Nile to its source, the big lake, Namlolwe, where the floods will not sweep them away because of the elevation. That is why this day, Luos claims all waterfronts, Dognam. Luos claims all waterfronts, Dognam. To Jaluongi say, Mano Nambwa. Since then, various attempts have been made to celebrate this migration feat. And today, we coronate, and the next 2 days after, we coronate the celebration of that migration feat. As the Luo moved, the tradition of absorbing other tribes to boost clan numbers have had some effect on the language. And therefore, as our MC said, we might not fully agree on the words from the Luo of Kenya to Achol, to Shiluk, to Anywa, to those living in the Gambela. But there are words which we will share. For example, the word Apoyo, that the Acholi so love. And it's my turn to tell you, all other Luos who are here on behalf of the Prime Minister and the hosting team, Wapoyo, for gracing this occasion. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me just give you an overview of the program. That after this official opening ceremony, there will be concurrent activities according to the program. The elders will pass by the Moseli of Jaramogi Odinga in Kangoka, Jaramogi, just a few minutes away from here, before proceeding to Gotramogi and finally to the Kopondo grounds where the cultural symposium will take place. In the meantime, there'll be several sporting and art activities going on at the same time. Tomorrow, the central activity that will combine most of us will be at Wichlum, in which the boat racing, teruburu, swimming, and so on will be going on. And then again, we will divide into different activities, including the cultural symposium, which will be continuing. And on the last day, when this Pinyluo will be graced by two heads of state, the head of state of Kenya and the head of state of Uganda, we shall start at Gotramogi, come down to Kopondo grounds before we go to Siaya Stadium. I'm asking the protocol to ensure that everybody has the program so that you can situate yourself where you want to go. As I leave the stage, having set the theme, the spirit of the Luo nation is beckoning. The spirit of the Luo nation is saying that Luos that straddle different borders are saying that we are one, even us. We become from different nationalities, and they are saying that borders will not stop us from engaging, and that on the third day we should be able to say what is our way forward in terms of this Luo, this Luo unity. I take this opportunity to hand over back again to the DG for Kisumu.
Wapamne Professor Adam Solo. Morris, for 30 seconds. Morris, where are you? For 30 seconds, please go ahead.
Check, I'm here. Thank you, technician. Your Excellency, I just want to acknowledge very special ladies in a very special way with us. Akwa Joturwa, Nimodo Warwakgi Gisironyo. Allow me to invite and acknowledge the presence of Her Excellency, Canon Dr. Aida Odinga. Sigalagala. Thank you. I was just acknowledging your presence. Thank you, First Lady. Thank you. And we are very happy that you are a servant of God with us as well. Allow me to acknowledge the presence of the First Lady of Siaya County, Her Excellency Honorable Betty Orengo. Sigalagala. Allow me to acknowledge the presence of the First Lady of Migori County, Her Excellency Agnes Ochilo. We also have the wife to the Deputy Governor Kisumu County, Mrs. Owili, is here with us. Thank you very much. Thank you, Daktari.
Thank you very much, Maurice. Mama, your arrival here today makes this gathering complete. The arrival also of the Defense Minister of Uganda. When the Minister of Energy, the Honorable P. Wandai, had his homecoming in Kenya, the same day you had your homecoming in Uganda. What a coincidence. And I was able to lead the delegation there. We warmly welcome you. Now, I want to invite up front a gallant son of Siaya County, a gallant son of Kenya, the Honorable Oburu Odinga, Senator Masiaya, to now come up front and welcome us. Yeye pia ni youth leader, tumpige makofi akikuja. Karibu sana, irwa kwa Siaya kababa. Ero kamano machiri ahinya.
Honorable Raila Odinga, our patron of the Luos, and the governors who are present, the ministers, and all protocols observed. I'm not very good at protocols. Now, mine is very brief, and it is very, very simple. My role is to welcome you as the son, the eldest son of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, who was the founder of Luo Union. Luo Union, I just want to tell you briefly that my father, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, who is a son of this soil where you are this morning, Jaramogi was very passionate about Luo unity. Jaramogi wanted Luos not only to be united for purposes of culture, for cultural purposes, but Jaramogi wanted Luos to be united in doing business. He wanted Luos to be united in establishing insurance companies. They wanted Luos to be united in establishing banking system. He wanted Luos to be for the purposes of their culture. In 1953, he left all the businesses he was doing and went around East Africa. That time his vision was to unite Luos in East Africa. And East Africa at that time was Uganda, Kenya, and Africa. Zanzibar had not united with Tanganyika, so Tanganyika was separate. And I recall when my brother Raila was still young, took him of Uganda in a car, to talk to the Luos who are there and lecturing at establish branches and establish them as institutions of the Luo culture. When Raila came back, I was very jealous. I was so jealous. I said, how can Raila go and us almost he recorded those things in his head as if it was a recorder? and he was telling us where he went. He went to Gulu, he went to where, all those places. And I was telling my dad, why did you not go with me? So my dad took me to Tanganyika. We went to Mara region to witness what, and also to talk to the Luos and establish branches there. And Jaramogi did just that. You know what happened to Luo Union, the original one, because that did not only happen to Luo Union, it happened to all the other organizations which were bearing tribal names. But we have revived it, and now it is called Luo Council of Elders here in Kenya, and we want to establish a foundation for Luos not only in Kenya, but Luos all over the world. We have started with the Luos who are in the neighboring countries. We have started with the Luos in Ethiopia, the Luos in South Sudan, the Luos in Uganda, the Luos in DRC Congo, the Luos in Tanganyika, and the Luos in Kenya. I was surprised.